Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the value of cooking with your partner. It's been such a meaningful experience to share cooking with this one right here because it was a huge value of his before we started dating, and it was important to me. But I come from a family where only the women experience connecting in the kitchen and all cook together. I'm Mexican, and he is more involved in the kitchen and loves home cooked meals and working with organic food specifically.
Absolutely. Home cooked meals were a big part of my childhood. Up until like 18, we ate the majority of meals at home. So I remember all of our conversations around the dinner table and moments with my mom, my dad, and my sister. And, I tried to take that with me into my parenthood and my relationship. And, it was 2020 of COVID when everything got shut down. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn a recipe a week and just evolve in the kitchen because I wasn't where I was at, now I feel like I'm a professional,
he cooks some he cooks
I
some
cook
restaurant
some
quality
fire
meals.
dishes.
He does.
But now it's like I get such enjoyment from making meals for people and letting them taste the different flavors, the different dishes. I enjoy the conversation with the loved ones. And for me to be able to share that with my partner now, where we're both making meals together, we're grocery shopping together, we're cooking at the same time, we're still doing a little banter or a little flirting back and forth. Every time I'm like trying to cook up my sauce, I feel something like that. I'm like, whoa, okay. It was her. She was just giving me a nice little squeeze. And we definitely share kisses and nice little moments while we cook. And it's building intimacy like that. Like, it doesn't have to be a chore. Like, a lot of people look at cooking as a chore. Oh man, I gotta go home, I gotta cook. Don't want to do that.
Most of the time, it can feel like that.
It can, but when you have the intention of building intimacy and doing something again, gifting each other a meal or a side dish, is just such an act of love.
It is such an act of love. I love how you put that. And that's the thing is when you choose to make it a bonding experience and you choose to be playful during it and get into a flow state and put on some music, connect with your partner or your children. What do you guys want to eat? What do you want to eat? Collaborate. There are a lot of times where we get his daughter involved and we ask her to cut things up or set the table or, you know, do things that she hasn't done before too. Encourage her, empower her to do more in the kitchen as well. It's been such a beautiful experience to share it all together as a family. And it is very intimacy building. It makes me more attracted to my partner. It makes me and him have a lot more trust in one another. I don't know, it's very like team building.
Yeah, it's bonding.
Yeah, it's bonding.
Definitely bonding. And it allows you to be present because if you set your intention to be present as you're cooking or prepping your dishes and vegetables, etc., and just that can be very advantageous because it can bring your presence back to the modern moment. And then you realize I'm sharing this moment in time with my partner, and it's just so unique. And you can make it, like she said, playful. You can make it creative. She's throwing all kinds of spices in there,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, this will be nice, and it's just like we end up with this dish that she intended because she actually is very good at. Um, I I'm all organic. I don't like pesticides. I also am a very healthy eater, and she does her best to keep that in mind, and that is very, very meaningful to me that someone actually cares that much about my values and
Preferences.
preferences and things that I need in my life. And so she's very intentional with that, which makes me feel very seen in that moment.
Yeah, that's another thing is I appreciate that. It's another thing you want to make sure you're in alignment with the meal. It's so easy to get caught up in the trap of making something different for everybody else. And there are days when you have to do something a little different and tweak it, but if you can align as a family or as a couple, and okay, Garrett wants to eat 100% organic with as little pesticides and preservatives as possible, then that can benefit all of us. So let's adapt. If one of your people in your parties has a health condition and you have to eat a certain way, base all the meals around that individual. So everyone's getting healthier as a team. So that's really important. There was something else I wanted to say too. Oh, yeah, it's creative. So cooking itself gets you into a flow state. It's very feminine energy based. So it's nice, it's healthy, it's healing to experience a man in the kitchen as someone, like I said, who grew up without any men in the kitchen whatsoever. He gets into his creative flow. He starts dancing and shaking his hips.
That's right.
In turn, it makes him more playful, more flirtatious, and less rigid. So it's been a great experience overall. So we recommend you guys try it.
Yeah, get in the kitchen, make a meal for each other, and enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, actually, one more thing. When one person has to do it all the time and it's not shared, it then leads to, I guess, like it feels like a chore and it can create resentment, right? So that's something to keep in mind as well. That's why we're suggesting it. Peace.